Guys, as you can see, it says Chapter 2, Season 5, and in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can get this version of the Fortnite on your iOS and Android-based devices, so you can go ahead and start playing now. I do want to mention that Fortnite was removed from the App Store and Play Store. As you may already know, if you go ahead and look for it on the App Store, you will not find it, and same on the Play Store. But essentially, this is a new version of the app that we can get, and it's not official, but it does get the updates as well. So actually, it does get updates quicker than the other version. I don't know how it exactly works, but right now on this, we are on the season 5 now, which is yet to be released for the computer devices, by the way. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. So guys, before we go ahead and get started with the video, I'm just going to go ahead and actually remove it from the device so I can show you exactly how to install it on both your iOS and Android based devices. So this is going to be super simple. Just follow exactly as I do. Now obviously you cannot get it from the App Store because it's not there even. I'm going to show you how you can get it using a tweaked app store, which is also called iHelper. So I'm going to show you how that works in a second if you don't know how exactly tweak applications work on iOS and Android. So in case you're using an iOS device, there's going to be a few settings that we have to go ahead and set first of all before we go ahead and actually download the app. So it's going to be the same for Androids, but for Android users, we're going to move on to that in a bit. If you're using any iOS devices like iPhones, iPad, and iPods, what you're going to do is just go ahead and open up your settings and simply scroll down all the way until you see battery. Once you see battery, go ahead and click on it. And what you're going to do here is make sure this option right there, as you can see, it's set to off and it's not set to on. This should be disabled. This basically doesn't let us install applications if it's set to on. It essentially suppresses new installs and background activity and all that. So that's not what we want. Just go ahead and disable it to make sure that we can actually go ahead and install the other apps on the device. Once that is done, the next thing we're going to do is simply go ahead and open up Safari settings. Just go ahead and scroll down on your iOS devices and you will see Safari. Once you see Safari, click on it and scroll down. Scroll down all the way until you see this option, which is going to be block all cookies. Make sure this is disabled and not enabled on your iOS devices. Now, this is not one of the things that most people recommend when installing tweaked applications, but I think this still matters. Like sometimes when people have fails on certain iOS versions, this is sometimes turned on. So just go ahead and make sure it's set to off. It's going to be off by default, but just in case, just go ahead and make sure it's set to off. The last thing we're going to do is go ahead and scroll all the way to the top. And you will see this option, which is called General Settings. Once you see that, go ahead and click on it. And once you're under General Settings, go ahead and scroll down to the Background App Refresh and simply click on it. Now, this is the last thing that we have to do is basically go ahead and make sure this option right at the top is set to on and it's not set to anything else. If it's set to anything else, just go ahead and click on it and you're going to set it to the bottommost option. Once that is done, simply go ahead and exit your settings out. That's all we have to do for the iOS devices. And I'm going to show you how you can prepare your Android devices for this. So now in case you're using any Android device, what you're going to do is just go ahead and open up your settings as well, just like we did on the iOS device, and simply scroll down until you see the battery settings. Once you see it, just go ahead and click on it. And what you can do is go ahead and make sure this option, which says power saving mode, is set to off. It's exactly like the iOS device that we had the option for the low power mode. It's exactly going to be like this. Now it can say something else like power saver mode or like different kind of things it can say, but it should mean something similar. Make sure it's set to off. If it's not there on your Android devices, you don't have to worry about it. But if it's there, just go ahead and make sure you set it to that. Now, once that is done, I'm going to move back to the iOS device so we can move on with the rest of the process, which is going to be identical on both devices. So make sure you actually follow as I do on your Android device, even if you're using one. An iOS device is what I'm going to use to do this. So once you're there, click on the search bar and search for Fortnite. So as you can see, we have the Fortnite right there. Just go ahead and click on it and click on install. Now it's going to start processing all the stuff that we need to add on our device in order to get the app. Just go ahead and wait for this to process a few seconds and this should be ready, guys. So once that's done, it's going to take you to this page which contains all the stuff that needs to be added on the device in order to get the app. Just go ahead and read exactly what it says and simply click on it. And it's going to open up in your official App Store or Play Store, depending upon your device. Just go ahead and simply open up the thing that it asks you to basically do. Just make sure you actually read what it says, and it should be pretty self-explanatory as to what it exactly is. Just go ahead and read it and you should be good. And of course, if you have any questions, like problems regarding it, you can just let me know in the comments. But let me just go ahead and quickly complete this one first of all, and then I'll do the next one, which is for my device. Now, one thing I do want to mention is that it can be different depending upon what iOS device you're on, what iOS version you're using, what Android version you're using. So what I really recommend is that you go ahead and just read what it says and you should be good. Once that is done, I'm just going to go ahead and head back and do the last one which I have, and simply click on open on this one as well. And you should see the Fortnite added on the device. And that is how simple it is. You can just go ahead and start playing right away. If you have any questions regarding the whole process, you can go ahead and leave me a comment down below, and that's where I'll be helping you guys out. And with that, guys, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.